just a reminder to let you guys know that narcissists always try to come back. Narcissists are always going to be watching you, no matter what you do, no matter where you go in life. They will love bomb you and ghost you. They'll treat you like shit, put in zero to minimal effort and expect you to run around after them and be obsessed with them. The love bombing gets you on the hook, and they have to do that love bombing really quick in a very short space of time so that you become very into them. They have to try and build that false sense of intimacy. So they listen to you, they mirror you, and they create this world with you. But as soon as it gets real, they're going to abandon you at their earliest convenience, and their text message responses will get very short, and they will pull away. This is a trick that they use to try and destabilize you, to make you feel worthless, to make you second guess yourself. And so the narcissists don't usually like closing doors completely. They like to keep it open. That is why narcissists in general can never really be monogamous to one person. Monogamy isn't something a narcissist can really do because they have to have external supply from as many supply points as possible. And when I say supply, I'm talking about attention. A narcissist needs attention from people. They have an over-dramatized sense of grandiosity about themselves, that they are better than you, smarter than you, more handsome than you, prettier than you, and you're just a fly or an insect caught in their light. But when you start to understand how all of this actually works, you begin to really understand that you're the light and they need you. That's why there are only two ways to kill a narcissist's soul, or what's left of their soul. There are only two ways to hurt a narcissist. Is one, you ignore them. It makes them feel unimportant. You see, they want to be the one to ignore you. They want to be the one to reject you. That's the power play. But once you reject them and ignore them, this sends them into a rage because they can't control you now. When you're indifferent with them, you give them not really anything to work on. They can't manipulate you anymore. The narcissist scar will stay with you for the rest of your life. That isn't going to change. Believe me. But the way that you choose to move forward in your life and the way that you choose to learn to live with it is where the power lies for you. The second way to hurt a narcissist is to smash their false sense of reality, of the bubble of the false self that they've created. So if you actually tell them and show them what they've done and you have proof that they've done it, the narcissist, of course, will just gaslight you and say that you did it, or they'll try and flip the script. When you have proof, diarized recordings, emails, text messages, etc., you have something that is actually provable outside of that connection to other people, and that's where the narcissist becomes very worried. Because when exposing a narcissist is done, it is like their worst nightmare, because it's showing the world who they really are, that they're not this this kind of like impervious person that is so high and mighty. So exposing the narcissist is what hurts them. So truth ultimately is the one thing that can destroy a narcissist. Narcissists hate the truth. They're very good at manipulating the truth, manipulating data, swaying opinions. That's why a lot of people that work around law and manipulating outcomes through other people are very, very narcissistic. But yeah, they want to have their cake and eat it too. So even years later, if they see you on Facebook, even if they love bombed you and ghosted you, and they try to come back, they'll stalk you. Please don't think you're not being watched. You are. They're watching you on social media. They might reach out and send you a friend request. Don't take the bait. When someone has shown you who they are, believe them. You're just going to get more of the same of that again. Alright? Ignore them and continue working and doing your thing. They don't deserve you. They don't deserve a place in your life. Okay, it's just a power play, and the only way to win the game is you don't even bother playing the game with them. Life is too short for games. Life is too short for let's just have fun. Okay, that level of abandonment of reality is exactly what a narcissist will use as a pretense to use you and abandon you. I don't play games, and I actually like to be around people that are actually serious about their life. You know, life is very short. So if you're going to build relationships with people, I want them to be real. I want them to be true. Narcissists don't really have deep relationships. Their partners usually are controllable, usually are nice people that they can manipulate. They use emotional blackmail to control them. They'll always be logged in on and off on a hookup app in the background always. And on their way home from work or on their way home from gym or on that business trip over to another state, they're going to be fucking other people. You're never going to be the only one ever. A lot of narcissists are gay men. I think a prerequisite for most gay men is being a complete narcissist and being on the Machiavellian scale. It's very sad, but it's very true. A lot of them just simply don't have empathy, and their relationships are very, very shallow and meaningless and hollow. And it's all about the superficial. So if you were a fly on the wall in a lot of gay men's homes, in their living room, watching them and listening to how they communicate, you would really be shocked at the level of depth and communication that takes place in that house. But on the outside, it will project kind of like a, Martha Stewart type of thing. Don't be fooled by social media. Just because someone posts something online does not mean that they are actually happy, and that photo of them looking happy, it's staged. It's all an act. That's what narcissists are doing. They're just keeping up an act, and they're scared and terrified that that act is going to be caught out. Do not engage with them. Also, closeted men and bisexual men are usually on the Machiavellian scale. They will actually even go as far as to create a family with a straight woman that they've lied to their whole life and wasted her life away. That's time she can't get back. They don't love her. They're just doing the narcissist thing where they create that thing to the external world, and now they're having kids and procreating. kids that they should never have had. This is very, very dark stuff. And I've been around long enough to see it all over and over and over and over again. There's nothing new under the sun for me. I've seen it all. That's why I'm a narcissist's worst nightmare, because I can uncover it in seconds to minutes. And all of this world that they've carefully constructed, you can see straight through it. It's not real. And that's why it doesn't last. Relationships with narcissists don't last because it's not real. You can't prolong something, and it's very difficult to sustain something that isn't real. Alright? So please don't take the bait. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter how they apologize. They don't mean it, and they don't care. Consider yourself actually blessed that they tried to get you, because narcissists only go for people that are pure in heart and people that have something that they want to integrate into themselves. Alright? But when you get to a stage where I'm at now in my life, I'm unfuckable with right now. I do the work. I go to the gym. I do the fucking running. I do the exercise. I do the mental band. I do all of the things to create the mental bandwidth that I have, so that you're not going to be able to fuck around with me, and no one will ever fuck with me in the way that people have before. Ever. But I had to go through that to get to this. And that's why I'm sharing this with you. Don't take the bait. What you do is you raise your bar higher, you turn up the volume in your life, and you do the work, and you work on yourself. And they hate that, because they can't have you again. And all they can do is sit back and stalk you like the psycho that they are. And it's sad. And remember that narcissists always end up alone in the end. Always. It doesn't matter how much money they have and influence. They can still have sex with younger people and people to make them feel hot, like a power trip. It's all power-based, right? Because they're easy to manipulate younger people. But in the end, the narcissist will always end up alone. In their 50s and 60s and 70s, they die alone in a dark room. In a small dark room is usually where the end of the narcissist ends. I've seen that as well many times over as well. All of their tricks, all of their bullshit wears away in the end, and everyone's exposed for what it is. Because time is the greatest equalizer of all things, especially with humans. Okay? Your destiny is for love and truth, which is the opposite of what a narcissist does and is. They could never even hope to understand that. They can emulate it, but they can't really sustain it. They can only play a character of it, alright? So I hope this message got through to you. It's a very quick one, but I'm just reminding you. Keep doing you. Keep focusing on you. And you know that you deserve the best. And you should never ever settle for a life that you do not deserve. And a narcissist is not what you deserve. They're a piece of dog shit on the side of the road. They're to be ignored and stepped over. Because we're here for the real thing. We're not here to play games. Lots of love. Be true. Sending my heart out to everyone that needed to hear this today.